In this video, we are going to learn the comparison between learning in and out of school. So this is one of the most important 10-mark questions. So make sure you learn this without fail. Okay, what is the first difference between learning in school and learning out of school? So the first point is, in classroom teaching, the teacher is actively functioning and reaching out the subject content to the students. He plays a key role in student learning. Yes, learning in school means you are learning inside the school. The students are learning inside the school. Inside the classroom, the students are learning. So in learning in school, who plays the vital role? Teacher is playing the vital role. Why teacher is playing the vital role? Because teacher is the one who is teaching all the subjects to the students. Whatever content is there for each subject. If you take maths, there is some content for that. For maths subject, there is some content. So the maths teacher is teaching maths. If you take science, there is some content for science. So that content is taught by the science teacher. Next, if you take language, there are some contents for language. So that is taught by the language teacher, and for social also the same. So the teacher is teaching the subject content to the students. Whatever subject content is there, the teacher is making sure that the content has been taught to the students and they understand. So here in classroom teaching, mainly the teacher is playing the active role, and the teacher's role is to make sure that they teach all the subject content to the students. This is learning inside the school, learning in school. Next, learning out of school means outside the school. So here the student is not dependent on teacher. The student is independent here. Here the student is getting the knowledge through direct experiences. Now I'm just walking somewhere. I'm seeing some person helping the blind person standing there to cross the road. So I'm seeing that directly and I'm learning that from the person who has helped. So this is learning through direct experience. What I have learned that helping others is good. So I have to help others when they are in need. That is the message which I'm learning on that particular day by watching an action. So I'm experiencing it directly. So I'm learning that through experience. And here student takes responsibility for their learning. So here students are learning on their own. They are independent. They are not seeking for the help of a teacher here. Because this is learning out of school. Outside the school, the teachers are not going to teach. You are learning on your own by looking at what is happening around us in the world. Learning inside the school, it is the teacher who will be teaching the students. So this is the first point. Okay, second point. Students' learning activities and achievement are individualistic. That is, classroom learning activities and methods of evaluation of learning achievement are individual-centered. So in learning in school, whatever the student is achieving, it is only individual achievement. It is not a group achievement. Because the student is going to write an examination. So whatever marks the student gets in the examination is the result of one particular student only. So the achievement is only student centered, that is individual centered, one student, so one individual centered only. If the student is scoring good marks, then it means the student's achievement is great. Scoring an average mark, achievement is okay. Student is not scoring a good mark, then it is bad only for the individual, only for the student. It is not going to affect the other student if this student is not writing the exam well. So it will affect only the student only. It will not affect an entire group of students. It will affect only one individual. And whatever you are learning, that is also going to be only individual. Now if the teacher is teaching, you are listening and you are learning. So it is individual learning. Many are listening, but all students are individually learning from what the teacher is teaching only. This is not a group activity. Next, learning out of school. In this, Learning outside the school, students share the learning activities among themselves and work together to learn. That is, they work with team spirit. So, outside the school, yes, they discuss many things together. When they see something new, all of them, like all of the students who are in a group sitting will discuss about what they saw. So all are discussing and all are learning together like a team. So there is a team spirit to know something that is happening around. So obviously when you are sitting in your gang, in your friends gang, when you see something happening, you all discuss about it. So it's like a team. It's not actual a team, but if you have a gang, definitely many members are there. You can call it as a team. So you all sit and learn it together. You know them together. So this is learning out of school. So you're sharing all the learning activities together with team spirit. So here it is not individual learning because you are discussing. When you discuss, automatically it becomes a group learning only. Okay, the third point under learning in school is in classroom teaching, importance is given to develop students' intellectual and physical skills. So mainly in classroom teaching, what things need to be developed in a student? Two skills. One is intellectual skills and one is physical skills. What are intellectual skills? Intellectual skills in the sense problem solving. When a problem is given, the student should be able to solve and get a solution for that problem. So that training will be given by the teacher to the students in this. Next, what else come under intellectual? Good observation. Good observation in the sense you need to observe properly what the teacher is saying. Only then you can learn. Next, you should have good thinking skills, creative thinking skills. So those skills also, how to improvise, how to improve in thinking, that also the teacher will be teaching the students. So these all come under intellectual skills. Physical skills means you have yoga classes in order to do some physical activities. You have PT period where you do physical activities where you can improve your physical skills. And intellectual skills can also be improvised. The teacher will guide the students on improving these two skills. Next, learning out of school. In learning outside the school, along with higher order mental skills. So even in learning in school, you are improvising your mental skills. Even in learning out of skills, you will be having good mental skills like observation, reflective thinking, logical thinking, reasoning, all this. Even learning out of school, you will be having all of this. Along with this, you will also have social skills like collaborating with others, well adjusted social behavior, adapting to new situations get importance. So even in learning out of school, you will have all of these skills like observation, all the mental skills you will have. Along with that, most importantly, you will have social skills because you are learning things from the society, from the world around you. So you learn how to adjust to the world, how to adjust with other people living in this world. That you learn. Next, you learn how to adapt to the new situations because all the time the situation is not going to be the same. It is going to change every time. So we need to adapt to it because we know in the world we can't expect everything to happen in the same way as we think because everyone think in a different way. So different situations will be created where we need to adapt to it. Next, well-adjusted social behavior. To some situations, we need to adjust and move on. We are not supposed to fight with others living in the world and create it a big issue. We need to adjust and move on. So all these skills, that is social skills, all of this we learn only from out of school. And most importantly, collaborating with others. That is, you need to mingle with others, join with others because there are many people in the world, but you should go and speak with others, make them also your friend. So you need to join many friends around you. So those skills will also be improved when you're learning out of school. So this is about the third point. Okay, next fourth point is knowledge obtained by student is theoretical in nature. Yes. So whatever you learn in school, it is only theoretical in nature. It is only theory. You're not doing practically and learning. In a textbook, there are so many lessons. Are you practically doing or practically verifying whether all the statements given in your textbook is correct or wrong? Are you verifying all that and then learning? No. You are trusting the book and the teacher. Whatever is there in the book, it is taught by the teacher and the students are learning it theoretically. Next, knowledge obtained by student is empirical and functional. So empirical and functional is you're experiencing it, you're experimenting it, you're doing it practically. So here you're practically doing things and learning. You're seeing someone doing and you are also doing that and seeing and learning through that. That is, you are practically learning, you're practically getting knowledge in learning out of school. So if you are seeing on the road someone doing something, by seeing that you are learning. Practically you're seeing that. You're not reading some theory and you're not knowing something. You're seeing someone really doing and then you're believing and even you are trying. So this is practically doing and learning in school is theoretical in nature. So the fifth point under learning in school is knowledge obtained through classroom learning has less functional utility. Whatever is learnt may also be forgotten in due course of time except the basic skills. Yes. So the basic skills you won't be forgetting. Basic skills in the sense the alphabets which you have learned, the numbers which you have learned, the basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and some basic operations which you have learned. Next, the basics which you have learned about grammar. So some basic skills you won't forget. But apart from the basic skills, whatever you're learning in every standard, you will forget when you move on to the next standard. Now I'm learning some content in 6th standard. So when I am in 6th, I remember those contents very well. But when I go to 7th standard, I forget what I learned in 6th standard. Only very few content I will remember what I have learned from 6th. So maximum I'll be remembering only things which I'm learning in 7th standard. So what I learned in 6th I would have forgotten. So here the knowledge whatever I am gaining in school, I can forget it easily. Why I can forget it easily? Because I'm not practically doing it, right? When I do something practically, I will not forget it very soon. It will be there in my head for a longer period of time. Whereas when I'm learning something theoretically, some I will remember, some I might forget it soon also. So whatever I'm learning in school, since it is not that much used in practical life, I will forget it easily. Only the basic skills which I have learned, I will remember for a long period of time. Next, learning out of school. So learning out of school, I have seen and learned through my personal experiences. I have experienced every single thing and I have learned. By looking at the real situations happening around in the world, I have learned something. So when I'm learning something by experiencing it or by doing it in the world, because I'm seeing someone doing and I'm learning, or I'm doing and I'm learning. So whenever something happens like that, you remember it for a little longer period of time. When you learn some theory, you will forget it soon. When you're practically doing, you will remember it for a longer period of time. So the knowledge, whatever you have gained from learning out of school, you will not easily forget it. Whereas the knowledge which you have gained from learning in school, it can be easily forgotten. So this is about the fifth point. Next, the sixth point is the sixth point under learning in school. General skills and skills which find wide use in life are alone taught in school. Those students have wide knowledge, it is shallow in depth. jack of all but master of none. So in this they are telling general skills. General skills means the skills which are very general, which everyone should be having. So those skills will be taught inside the school, and skills which find wide use in life. So skills which are really needed in order to lead a life. So there are some major skills. Those skills you should be knowing in order to lead a life. If you take problem solving, it is an important skill. You should be having problem solving skills. So that those important skills which are really a must for everyone to know, for everyone to have, those skills will be taught in school, and all the general skills which everyone should be knowing it as a very basic, even that will be taught in school. So I will be having knowledge in various fields, but I will not be master in a single field. Every single field I'll be knowing little, but I cannot master even a single field from those. Now, for example, there are 10 fields. I know little about all the 10 fields. I have an idea, but not even a single from those 10 fields I'm master in. Not even in one I'll be able to say that I know this very thoroughly. I'll be able to do anything in this field. It won't be like that. Only I'll know the basic about all the 10 fields, but I can't master even single from those 10. So that is about learning in school. Next, learning out of school. In learning out of school, as situation specific skills are taught, they are limited. They are very much limited in range. That is, students do not get wide knowledge. So in learning out of school, I'm learning through experience, right? So in my day-to-day life, whatever experience I'm gaining, only those things I'm able to learn. I'm not able to learn everything. There are so many things in this world. I'm not able to learn everything. I'm able to learn only things which I am experiencing in my day-to-day life. There are many things which I don't get to experience. So I'm learning only very few. It is very less only. Only less skills I'm learning because I'm not getting a chance to learn everything. Because every day I can learn only few things. I can experience only few things. There are many others which I don't get a chance to experience. So that's the reason why here only limited in range skills can be learnt. Next 7 points. Students do not get the ability to adapt themselves to the environment. So in learning in school, the students, they are not getting a chance to adapt to the environment because they are only learning what the teacher is teaching. They don't know how to handle the situations. They don't know how to behave with each other in the environment. Those things they are not practically doing. They are only learning from what the teacher is saying. The teacher would have told in words, you should help others, you should do this, but you would have not practically done all that. So here you will not have the ability to adapt with the environment because the environment will have different kinds of people. So when you mingle with different kind of people, your thought and their thought will differ. So it is very difficult for you to adapt to them only by doing learning in school. But learning out of school, here you are having the ability to adapt themselves to new situations. So when a new situation is there, you know how to adapt with it and move on for the next. So that skill you get to learn only when you are out of school. When you are inside the school, you don't get to learn how to adapt with the environment because you are in a classroom. Maybe a group of 50 students in a class. So only you 50 students are with each other, right? But when you come outside the school, it is a very open space. It is a very large space where the full city, the full world is there. So there you get to see many people, many unknown people you get to see. So when they do something, it is a new situation that has been created for you. You should know how to handle that new situation. That you can do only by learning out of school. Only by seeing many situations and undergoing many situations, you get to learn how to handle the situations smartly. So this is the 7th point. The last point under the difference is learning activities are mostly based on listening, seeing, reading, etc. Students' learning achievement is individually assessed by written test and examination. So definitely yes, here the student will listen to what the teacher is teaching. The student will see the blackboard, will see what the teacher has written on the blackboard. Next, will read the content that has been taught by the teacher. So all of these activities the student has to do on his or her own only. This is an individual task. The teacher will teach, you're going to learn. That is an individual task. So here, whenever the examination is conducted, you only have to write. So by the marks which you are getting in the examination, whether you have achieved the pass mark or whether you have failed, you will get to know only after writing the examination and class test. So here everything is individual only. You have to write, you have to learn, you have to do everything. Next here, learning activity based on observation, learning by personal handling, learning activities in natural and social setting, assessment of learning achievement by group performance are the important feature. So learning out of school, if you take, here you need to observe what is happening around you. When you're going to a place, you need to observe what is happening around you. You're not supposed to simply be idly sitting. You have to observe what is happening around you. Next, you need to learn things from what you see. If you're seeing many things happening, if you find it useful, you have to learn that quality from others. If it is a good quality, you need to learn it from others. Next, here you get a chance to do group discussions. Because when you are in a group gathering, friends gathering, so a group of friends have gathered in a place. So you people talk many things. You people discuss a lot of things. Even that is knowledge sharing only. So here you are doing a group activity together. So the result of it is also going to be a group result only. It is not an individual result here. So after you learn, the learning achievement is group learning achievement only. Because every one of you have achieved that discussion learning. Everyone have discussed, everyone have learned that properly. So this is the last difference between learning in school and learning out of school. I hope you have understood all the 8 differences. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share it with your friends. Thank you.